not looking for anything serious right now.
Yeah.
That could mean a lot of things to different people.
No. You got it. Yes, it can.
Yeah. But that should be an indicator, yeah.
Those first few conversations you have on a date are key because you're talking about everything. You don't know this person at all.
Nah,
You don't know them from Adam.
Adam, you don't know this person's family. You don't even know this person. He's your cousin.
You know what he found. You know exactly what. Welcome to the Two Man Podcast series, brought to you by the Echo of That Podcast. The Two Man is not a dating show, it's not a rumble, it's a conversation about men and relationships, bringing on the perspective of the ladies. Everybody's been asking about the ladies, and without further ado, the ladies, please introduce yourselves.
Hello, my name's Tabi, the mom premiere.
I'm Kim. Kimberly, come on, that is.
Oh man, I'm glad to see you guys here. But this is not. I couldn't let this be a 2-on-1 discussion. I had to bring my main man.
My man's your
back
boyfriend.
From the Vlad vs. Boy series. I had to bring him on for this one. But how you guys doing today?
Doing good. So it's good to be on the Echo of Vlad channel. Appreciate
Yes.
my dog for having me out for the pilot episode. Happy for these discussions, for these battles. Me and you locked in. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, this is a discussion. It's not a rumble. It's not anything like that. But Tabi, this is your second time on the podcast.
Yeah, I mean, well, this podcast is different from the first one. Mm-hmm. But, yeah, it's my second time.
Question.
Face to face.
Are you still an introvert?
Yes.
Cap.
Not the cap. Like, I'm extroverted, like, in some instances. Like, if I have, like, no choice. Like, because, you know, at Legley's, you have no choice but to.
You got to.
Exactly. But in other aspects, I think I'm introverted. Yeah.
I usually hear that introverts go well with extroverts. I believe that too. Kim, are you an extrovert?
I think I'm an extrovert.
Yes, she's the hype man.
She's the hype man.
Everywhere we go, she's the one filled with excitement.
That's good. Y'all got a good relationship going on. Y'all bring the best out of each other. So.
Yeah, I mean, pretty much. I don't know. I think, like, if I'm the extrovert, obviously, which one do you think he is?
I'm in between.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm in
Fred
between.
isn't.
Like, when it's time to be an introvert, y'all know me. I'm just chilling like this.
Like, sometimes I forget he's there.
Yeah,
that's how quiet
I can be. But when I'm an extrovert, I'm here. You can hear my voice.
Yeah.
You can hear it.
I'll put you more on the introverted side. If you put around people you don't know.
Oh yeah, I don't know you. Yeah. Yeah, whatsoever. Nah.
Oh man, but today we're talking about relationships, men and relationships. Today's title is actually a good time or a long time. What do you guys think of that? When you hear relationships, good time or a long time, what do you guys think about that?
It's a controversial subject.
Very.
You know.
Yeah. Like, are you here to just have a good time with somebody, or are you going to actually think about like a long
time?
Yeah.
Or you could have a long good time with someone.
Yeah.
There's a lot of in-betweens.
Yeah. Exactly.
It just depends on how you interpret the question.
Yeah.
And who you are, because everybody's different. So.
Do you think everybody's different? Like that different, or is just like people choose to be?
Nah, there's some different people. There's some people you'll meet.
Yeah, you're gonna be like, you kind of
like you one of them. You know, you one of them.
I feel like that because I've met some homeboys that's like, yeah, they crazy. Yeah, but there's sometimes I'm like, yo, you could if you tried. Like you could be like not just a good time but a long time kind of person, but if you actually tried.
I think we have seasons, you know. We have eras, you know what I'm saying? Some people had a Playboy era where the time of their life where it was just about a short time.
Playboy era.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Playboy era.
Playboy, city girl.
And then people have the time in the era where it's like, all right, now it's time to settle down. Now it's time to look for something serious. So it's all about eras and what type of timing you want. What do you think?
I don't think, it just also depends on how you were raised. I don't think I was the type of girl that was like out there, like city girl, good time girl type person.
Right. So you're more like naturally, I'm just trying to chill.
Yeah. I don't like hopping around.
I mean, there's nothing wrong with hopping around.
Truthfully, you know what I'm saying? Truthfully.
Yeah.
You can, say what you gotta say. Say
ain't
what you gotta
nothing wrong
say.
with hopping around.
There's nothing wrong. But me personally, like
Bec-
hopping around.
Because it's based on like what you like, what's your preferences, you know? Like, I mean, there's nothing wrong with hopping around, like, in the instance, like, that's how you find out your likes and your dislikes, especially, like, what you would want, like, in a long-term relationship. So I don't think there's anything wrong with hopping around. I think it's how you probably hop around. That's, like...
I think some people, when they hear hop around, they hear, like, different things. Some people are like, okay, just casually dating, whatsoever. Some people's like, feel like you're full on a relationship and then hop into another thing that feels like a relationship and stuff like that. Like that kind of thing.
Yeah.
That's two drastic things. So which one are you guys talking about?
Well, I'm talking about in the instance, like, when there's nothing wrong with hopping around, like, you're trying to see what kind of person you want to date and, like, eventually be in a long-term relationship with. That's the hopping around.
You on that side?
Yeah, that's the type of hopping around.
Hopping around. I think it's something completely
Yeah.
different.
Wait, guys here.
It's
Guys
different.
here.
Yeah, I guess for us girls, like, we're trying. Well, I'm not gonna speak for most girls. I'm not gonna speak for everyone.
Literally.
I'm not gonna speak for everyone, but like, in my instance, it's like if I'm hopping from one person to the next.
Change
like
hopping in your change
not
hopping because hopping is different.
What other word can I use?
Speaking.
Yes,
that
or in the
no.
talking phase, like, you know, like getting to know someone different.
Entanglements.
Not entanglements. Not entanglements. Not entanglements.
Like, if I'm going from one person to the next, and I'm not saying like it's like, oh my gosh, like a week apart from each other, but if I'm going from one person to the next, it's more like to gauge, like, okay, do they meet me, like, in compatibility, like attributes, stuff like that, like work wise, like, do we work together? And it's like, if they don't, I'm not gonna waste my time speaking to this person. Like, I'm gonna hop to the next person. Yeah.
To the next.
Yeah. So.
I think that's a very good description, because sometimes you gotta understand what other people are like. Or what it's like to be with another person in that aspect. In I don't want to say a trial run, but in more in a like
contracts.
Yeah,
a 2-week contract. You might sign one for 5 years. With an extension, you might hop out of the contract, get a trade. You know what I'm saying? You never know.
Free agents,
you know.
Yeah.
And I feel like it helps you like learn more about yourself in the process too.
There's certain things about yourself that you need to learn. In terms of being in a relationship that you'll never.
Yeah, I mean, I remember first episode with Love vs. Boys, we talked about like personality traits, right? Talking about like, you know, fire, passionate, wind, free spirit, water, go with the flow, earth is like more strong-minded, right? I would think it's good to deal with people to see which one you match with. Like, I've learned me and like I'm more of a fire type individual.
Boule defense.
He can attest to this, and you can too.
Yes.
You a little bit. I've learned that me and free-spirited people cannot do it. Like, cannot. Because it's like, it just doesn't.
What am I? Because I feel like I'm a free-spirited person. Like,
no, in relationships, that is.
Oh!
Yeah.
We're like, yeah, for sure.
In a relationship, I learned that it can't always function. Or me or somebody who's fired be more like conflict. Very much conflict. Do you guys ever feel like that? Like, you learn, okay, I know I could deal with this person's personality type, or this one I know I can't be with, or in a sense. Or you're not can't, but it's like it's less beneficial.
I see it less as like fire traits, more of just like who they are as a person.
Right.
Like, there's certain fundamental things that if not agreed upon with somebody that you're talking to, the relationship won't work.
Right.
Like,
even if you're passionate.
Even if, like, I'm a Christian, I got no business talking to atheists. Like, what do I look like?
It's tempting.
Yeah.
No.
It's tempting.
I want kids.
No.
I have no business.
Wait.
No. I want kids. I have no business talking to somebody who doesn't want kids.
Argument always gonna be clashing.
And it's like, it's gonna dive into different things that really originated from that. So it's like, there's certain fundamental things that if not agreed upon, that we got no business talking.
Right.
Exactly.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying? And certain things you can see from the get-go. Absolutely.
Yeah.
You know, you ignore the red flags and everything.
Yeah, like when you're in that honeymoon stage, you know, nothing matters. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, until later down the road.
Dopamine, this is going crazy. Until a year later, you realize you don't like my mama. And then it's like, damn. I ain't even know.
That's true. Have you guys ever like felt like, okay, you were dealing with this person and you figure out, okay, we don't compliment each other in that way, or like it's just like, okay, the way your personality is, you might complement each other, but like based off of like principles, y'all really don't. Have you guys felt like that?
Yeah.
You have?
Yeah.
None of you don't gotta call nobody out or anything. No names.
Yeah.
No names will be
No
ever
names
said.
will ever be said, but it didn't work out at all. It was just my mouth. It takes a lot for me to get angry. So they.
Mm.
You got angry?
Yeah. No.
Would you say you're more of like more of a go with the flow kind of person, or fire passionate kind of person?
I think I'm a more. I think I'm more of like a free spirited kind of person. I just I like having fun. I like doing things that makes me happy. Things like that. I don't want to be like, oh no. Like you're young, just.
When you say free spirit, what do you mean? Because that. My
free spirit is going out, like going to theme parks or like doing things I never tried before. That's my type of free spirit. Like what? I'm not gonna go bungee jumping. That's like off my level. Like bungee jumping or doing things that you'll like go to another country and try like some new food or do something that you'll never do here in America. That's like my type of free spirit thing.
Do you concur as a best friend? Do you concur? Is that her?
I've started to become more towards the free-spirited aspect. I think before I was more like, if someone told me, "Oh, let's go do this," my first response was like, "No," like I'm not doing that. Mm-hmm. And then like, when Kim and I first met, like, honestly, when she would say, "Oh, let's go do this," and I'd be like, "I don't think I want to do that." But the more like we hung out with each other and in our relationship, like now when she says, "Oh, let's go do this," I'm like, yeah, sure. Like I think I'm leaning more towards like the free spirited aspect, because I used to be like more like stand my ground. I don't want to try new things. I like what I like, and that's about it. Mm-hmm. But I think like if you want to be like in a relationship with someone, like whether it's like a friendship or like something like long term, like a boyfriend or a girlfriend, I think. Yeah, you have to be more open-minded. Like you have to do stuff that's gonna be out of your comfort zone.
Right.
So.
I get you. What does free spirit mean to you, Frank?
Not caring. That's free spirit. Let me stop. No, I see my free spirit is more so like the way I talk, like how I take on challenges and how I perceive things. Like I'm very like, all right, it is what it is, and it ain't what it ain't. And I'm just gonna keep moving. When obstacles come through, I don't really dive too deep into it. It's more like, all right, it is what it is. I'm open to new things, new experiences. That's the way I see my free spirit. Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie to you.
And not caring.
I'm not gonna lie to you. When I think of free spirit, I think of something like drastically different.
Mm-hmm.
Like at first, I thought I was free spirit because I like to try new things. Yeah, right. I'm like, if there's a big roller coaster, I'm going on it. If there's bungee jumping, if it's not for life insurance, I would be doing it.
Not life insurance.
You're right. Your life insurance.
You better not say that on camera, because
what?
Somebody can take you out.
Yeah.
Somebody can take you out for that life insurance.
No. I am not doing I'm not bungee jumping or skydiving.
No, I'm skydiving.
Simply because of life insurance. Your life insurance goes up.
They ain't gotta know.
I think you have to sign papers.
The ops don't have to know.
You gotta sign papers, waivers, all those kind of things. But for me, when I really understood free spirit, I remember one girl I was kind of messing with.
I'm messing with her. You couldn't just be talking to her.
What you got going on, my boy?
The details will not be said. But I remember she could be here today, talking, all that kind of stuff. And then she could be on the other side of the country, like within 2 days. Like she could be on the other side of the country, other side of the planet, and she's operating the same way. Mm-hmm. Like she's like free spirit, don't care what goes on, she will try almost anything with no boundaries. That was me. I was like, that's really what free spirit is. Mm-hmm. And I was like, yeah, I don't know if I could do it. Exactly.
You're just like, maybe I think I need to come to reality.
Right.
Once in a while.
I think as guys, sometimes we like, oh, let's try anything. Let's just do anything whatsoever. Do you think that's the difference between guys and girls?
Yes. I think we take the time to not saying that you guys don't think.
Some guys don't, I think.
And some girls don't think. But I feel like in terms of like between guys and girls, I feel like we think about the long term.
Yeah.
Like
long term effects of
like when we're planning something, we're thinking, okay, what's gonna happen on this day? We have to have a backup plan, this, that, and the other. I feel like for guys, it's just like, oh, okay, we're gonna go out, we're probably gonna eat, and that's it. Like, you guys are more like go with the flow.
Yeah.
Us, we have contingency plans in place. Like, if this goes wrong, we need a plan B. We need a plan C because.
Yeah.
Like
that sounds about right.
I feel like women are more instantly logical. Like, we have to sit down and think about it. Women, I feel like the logical just comes out like in an instant.
It's just we already
it's
thought
like in their
ahead.
head. As soon as you say something, it's like, all right, I see this going this way and this going that way. Us, I gotta sit down and be like, okay. Then it makes sense for me. I gotta sit down for a second.
Like, even when we plan like trips and stuff, we're like,
think about the worst and best.
we think about the worst case scenario. We think about the best case scenario. We even think of like the outfits and stuff.
Exactly.
We need to think about it before.
Like, when I go on vacation, I don't like doing too many things. When I go on vacation with my mama, it's like this day we're doing this, and we're gonna do this, and then we're gonna do that.
Like, I like knowing there's a plan. I don't like knowing like if I wake up and then what are we gonna? I need to know there's something that's gonna be done, even if it's just chilling, not doing anything. Like, I need to know what's going to happen.
So I can plan
my
day accordingly, like plan my outfit or the hairstyle I want to do accordingly.
That's the difference. Is guys, we just show up.
Yeah.
We show up and we good. It's not. There's no need for like planning or something.
With a white tee and call it a day.
Exactly. You just chilling. Like, hey, we could go out. We could do this. We could play ball. We could play ball at the court
for a whole day.
And that feel like a vacation.
That's what I'm saying. It'd be the funnest moments ever. Y'all wouldn't know.
But you guys say that like, guys, we don't do much planning, and it's
not saying that you guys don't.
I feel like
some
guys do planning. Like,
yeah.
I think some guys do take enough time to plan and think about things in a different light. Not like all guys don't. But some guys do plan and think about things.
I mean,
like, think about when a guy's proposing to a girl, they think about how they want to do it, or think about like if they want to go take a girl on their first date, they think about like how they want to do it.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, but we think about that only kind of to impress the girl.
That's a thought that counts.
It is a thought that counts.
Yeah, that's
you
true.
planned it. It's not like you said, you know what, I'm just gonna take
I'm gonna take her to McDonald's.
That's it. Like,
what's wrong with McDonald's?
There's nothing wrong with McDonald's, but
if the guy has enough game, he can make McDonald's feel like a 5-star restaurant.
I ain't gonna lie, that is tough.
You can?
That is tough.
Thank you.
What?
I don't know. Processed meat is crazy. Honestly.
Especially on a first date. You take me where? Someplace I could take myself.
I'm saying you can make it feel like if the guy has like enough like charisma.
It depends on like what you did before you guys got to
like if it's like midnight, coming back from the day, you want some ice cream. Then you can make McDonald's work.
The ice cream machine
But like 6:30 p.m. McDonald's is wild. I ain't gonna lie.
I'm not saying
coming from me is wild. Like, coming from me is wild.
As a last ditch to let me like every guy has at least 5 places he can go on a date tomorrow. Like if I said, Fred, you gotta go on this date tomorrow, you got like at least 5 go-to places.
Taking a no boot, then stop.
I mean, guys, we understand, like, okay, we got our options, like our go-to options. And if there's more, there's more.
And we come up with it.
On the fly.
On the fly. And through Google. A lot of Google.
Shout out to Google.
Shout out, yo.
Google?
That matters.
Shout out to you.
Yes.
I mean, do you think guys are shallow in that way? Like, we don't think past the surface level when it comes to dating and stuff?
It's relative to the person.
Yeah.
It's relative.
Yeah. You can't put
all guys in one category.
It's like you can't put all women in one category. But let's stereotype.
Let's agree to generalize. You can generalize. If it's over 50%, you can generalize. A guy shallow or not shallow?
I think younger men are shallow as men grow older.
The ladies.
Oh.
I mean, I feel like in this day and age, there's a lot of shallow men. Like, younger men. I feel like the older they get, the wiser they become. But I feel like in this day and age, especially like with like social media and the internet, and you have all these people, not knocking podcasts because I like watching podcasts, but you have so many people doing like podcasts or like YouTube videos or like Instagram Shorts, and they're talking about like all these like ideal relationships or what to do and what not to do, and like especially like it's a lot of guys who are like doing like these podcast things or like shorts and stuff like that. So it's like you're looking at this stuff and you're seeing their opinion, and it's like, and it's a lot of younger men, not older men, who are speaking on these issues, and you're just like, you guys sound really shallow right now. Like it's sounding like the dating pool is like it's in hell. It's like it's so
yeah, I think so too. Kim, what do you think?
I'm with Tabi.
You with Tabi on this one? Wow.
I think it really just depends on the age. But
age.
that's why I don't want to generalize, because there's some young men who are not like that.
Yeah.
There's some who
yeah.
So like that's why I didn't want to generalize and say, oh yeah, like all men or like 50%, or like you can't really put a number on it because it depends on that person, like who you meet.
Mm-hmm.
So and like in what stage of their life that you met them, and maybe they may be an older man, but they've been through but they've been through like enough heartbreaks that made them shallow. It just all depends. On
yeah, that's true. A lot of when guys get heartbroken,
it's over.
Yeah, it depends, because there's some young men who are already like in their career, like 24 and 25. Yeah, and they could be shallow, or there's like those other young men who are like 24, 25, 26 who are not shallow, like they already know what they want. So that's why I don't really like to generalize.
Yeah.
That's true. Boys, they called the shallow.
Dang, they dissed us.
I think
In front of our face.
I'm joking with you.
In broad light.
like, and I think it's really because of the internet, like, and social media and stuff like that.
Social media has made people shallow?
Yes, because everywhere you turn, I feel like on TikTok or like Instagram or whatever other device, you're looking at like these relationship like gurus and these people who are young people. They're not older people. They're just young people who like, it makes you feel like, okay, if I don't do this, then no guy's gonna like me, or if I don't do that, no girl is gonna like me. And it's like, no, every person is different. Every person like you have to look at the person individually. You can't just look at like on a broad aspect, like all men are like this or all women are like this. That's why I don't really like.
You don't like to generalize.
Yes.
Got you. She's not generalizing. She says some of y'all boys are shallow for sure. Now I'm joking with you.
Yeah.
I'm joking with you. But real quick, I like where this conversation going. Let's go to commercial one time. Let's go to commercial, and we'll be right back.
I know he has a girlfriend, but I just wanted to let you know that I have a crush on him.
Big Q dog. Big boy.
Hey, you know, me and my wife, I'm like, oh!
And then 2 weeks later, she started posting ultrasound pictures.
Welcome back.
That's going in.
It's definitely.
That's going in for sure. We're back. Guys, we gotta prove to them that we're not shallow. We gotta step our game up a little bit. We down by 5.
Just don't be a follower. That's all. Just be yourself. Be your authentic and true self.
That's what we care about.
Wait. Because everybody says be yourself until being yourself is not working.
Then that person's not for you.
Yeah.
But what, like some guys, it's like they try to be themselves with this girl, it doesn't work. Try to be themselves with this girl, it don't work. Like, after how many times do you like have to say, okay, I can't just be myself, I gotta work on this a little bit?
Probably after the third time.
Third times? 3 heartbreak blows.
No,
boys, 3 heartbreaks. 3 heartbreaks.
I think sometimes it may not even be. You just have to find and see like what's the same error that you've been having with the same, or like with a different person. Like if it's the same thing, the person keeps saying that this is wrong, then you have to really look into yourself and be like, okay, maybe this is something I have to work on. Like someone can tell you you lack in communication, the next person tell you the same thing over and over and over again. It's not the person, it's just you, and you have to work on your communication skills or things like that.
And sometimes
Don't
it's
take
not
it
you.
personal.
Yeah. And sometimes it's not you. Like you just haven't met that person that's your match, and that's okay.
Don't go into a little box and seclude yourself. Just keep working on yourself.
No, that's key. That is key. Being in a little box, because you don't got people. You need people to kind of like check you and stuff like that, or like tell you about yourself. Like, hey, you need to work on this, or this. You need to. Oh, you're doing good in this part.
But
you need to make sure you keep doing that part.
Don't be afraid of Don't be afraid to take criticism from others. I think I said it right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's key.
Be open-minded to hearing what others have to say. You know, try to implement it in a way, or ask for help. How you can be better at this, and move it like that. I think.
Fred, what you think?
First and foremost, not all men are shallow. We ain't all shallow. First and foremost, we ain't shallow.
That's what I said.
We all straightforward, to the point. Get into it, first and foremost. No, I just think that growth is important. I feel like when you meet somebody who has no red flags, that's when your red flags are revealed, if that makes sense. When you meet somebody who brings that out of you, like shows you your flaws, that's when you really grow. So if a girl keeps telling you the same thing, you stuck in communication, you can't talk. This girl says, you struggle to talk. Maybe you really do struggle to talk. Don't just lash on the world and say, forget everybody, and just go on a whole mad rant. Social media, I ain't gonna lie, a lot of these dudes, they seem this butt hurt.
No. They
be butt hurt.
Who?
Like, just
who hurt
butt
them?
hurt. It'd be like, I be like, yo, I pray for them sometimes. It's like, yo, who hurt you?
And it's not just men; it's also women too.
You know what?
Now
Amen to that. Tabi, thank you for saying that. Thank you for saying that.
That's why I told you I don't like to generalize.
Now the fact that I ain't got $1 million in my account, I'm just a playboy. I ain't nothing. You feel me? It's like, damn.
She didn't say all that.
I heard, but I'm saying like social media in that regard. This is like the standards are just up here, and it's like everybody's down here though.
I think when it comes to it, like again what we said, a good time or a long time. Like some people, they just in it to have a good time, but they get with somebody who wants to have a long time, and it doesn't match, and then somebody gets hurt.
It has to be stated at the front when y'all first meet, like those first initial conversations.
Some people don't say that sometimes.
Yeah, you messing with the wrong person because intentions is important.
Yeah, you have to let that person know this is what I want, and they have to let you know that this is what they want as well, because then you'll know okay whether this is for a good time or a long time.
You know what's weird? I think sometimes with guys, like, I'll say this is from guy perspective. I don't know if girls go through this as well. But sometimes it's like, you really like this person. You put an emphasis on this person up front, and you hesitate to tell them stuff or have those kind of conversations, whether you want a good time or a long time. Like, you don't want to have that conversation because you're like, dang, I don't want to lose this girl. She's so good. She's so fine. She's so this, that, and third.
It's in moments like that that women really appreciate because it's vulnerability. You gotta be vulnerable, and it's like you gotta say what's on your heart. And when you go through instances where you're not vulnerable and you realize you lose somebody, that's when you're like, all right, let me say what's really on my mind.
Yeah.
You know, because it's like the risk and reward. Like if we're not on the same page, either way is going downhill. But if we speak about it, we're on the same page. The success can be so high.
Yeah.
So you gotta be vulnerable as a man. Not be scared to say what's on your mind.
Tell me, are girls afraid to be vulnerable?
Not
or at least
all.
these days?
Not at all.
Yeah.
The girls are?
Yeah, some girls
Yeah,
are.
it depends. It depends on the person. I mean, this day and age, I've seen a lot of women who are just more headstrong, and they tell you exactly how they feel.
They'll be aggressive with it.
Yes, they tell you exactly how you feel, like in this day and age. But yeah, there's some people who like, and I used to be like that. Like I used to be like the go with the flow type of person. Like I struggled to say, okay, exactly like how I felt in that moment. Like I'll come back later and like tell the person. But now it's just like, okay, if I thought of it, you definitely got to say it because it's important. So I'm still working on that, but I'm gotten better with it.
I made tiny baby steps. I can tell you how I feel, but then I have to come back and like, I'm better at writing how I feel. I'm not a verbal, like when I feel some type of way, I'm better at writing it. I'm not verbal or I'm not vocal about it.
You know what's crazy? I heard something about that. Like I remember hearing this on TikTok, this couple, right? They were talking about like, they were discussing whether to have like, another baby. They had one already, they were trying to discuss whether to have another baby. One person was against it, one person was with it. What they did was like, they both wrote out like what their points were, gave it to each other for like a day to like go over it, and then come together to talk about it. I think that goes best with what you said. Like having that vulnerability, be able to talk out your feelings, understand it, and kind of go through it intentionally. And then avoid conversations or avoid times where you feel like pressured or you don't want to like let off your feelings. You're okay with being vulnerable in that sense. But how do you establish that in the dating phase in a sense? That's a real question.
This is about finding the right person, man. Like, when you find the right.
This not what was this Pokemon, bro?
It really is what it is.
You gotta pick them off.
Like, when you find that right person, everything just clicks. It makes you don't even realize it's clicking. It's like this click after this after this after this.
Like, you won't even.
And you don't have to second guess or really think too deep into it. So it's all about finding the right person.
Some people will laugh at you when you tell them how you feel.
Exactly.
Some dudes go through that. They tell a girl how they feel, and then she'll throw it in their face. This, that, and third, and it's like they'll go.
I don't think it's that. It's more. I feel like that is also another thing. Another thing is like bringing it back up, like months down the line.
Yeah,
that's what a traumatizer do. Like when we vulnerable in this moment, and then you bring it up 10 months down the line. I'm like, God, I thought you forgave me. Like, what we doing?
What's going on?
It's like that's what really.
Yeah, and then some guys make the conclusion like, okay, she took advantage of the feelings. Now, no more.
Ain't nobody.
And then you get those guys on social media talking all that crazy about women.
And it's just like, I'm sorry to that man.
Like, I apologize to you.
I apologize on behalf of the woman that hurt you. You shouldn't have done that.
You know what's crazy? Guys will never do that.
What?
Apologize on behalf of all guys?
Hell no.
No, I'm joking.
I'm not responsible for y'all. That's y'all decision.
But you know.
Of course, a person's hurt is their own responsibility.
Absolutely. They
have to grow through that. You can't let their trauma leak onto the other person.
Yes. You gotta heal before you try to go into another relationship, because you're gonna drag the same mess that you're feeling.
Extra baggage that is unnecessary.
Yeah,
you
and
don't want to get paid the over luggage fee at the airport. No.
Okay. I love the analogy there. I like that one.
That fee hurt.
And then you're wondering why your next relationship isn't working because you didn't even heal from the first.
Yeah. You didn't pay the fee from the last, the extra bag.
Yeah.
No, wait. Okay, I got a random question. Because I ran into two girls at different times, right?
Oh, because when you said
two different times.
When you first started the sentence, I was like, at the same time?
Wait.
See the logo,
I'm
right?
like, wait a minute.
Sure.
Yeah, right.
This was not planned.
See the logo,
it's not planned at all.
I don't know what you want.
But these two different girls at different times, they were both going through like healing journeys in a sense, where they weren't open to dating, which I respected. But then I was like, okay, she's going through a healing phase. What do I do with that information?
You leave her alone.
Leave her alone. Let her heal. That's what I would do.
Because why are you going to try to keep putting and pushing and trying to talk to me when I already told you I'm trying to heal? I'm not. Yeah. Like,
that will annoy me, honestly.
Because if someone tells you they're like on like their healing phase or whatever, healing journey, like that's an indicator to say, I want to be by myself for a while.
Let me enjoy me before I have to deal with
other people. Yeah.
Let me focus on myself.
Yeah, because you might want to talk to her from today and tomorrow. Like, yeah, you could give her your phone number, but...
And I feel like you won't get the better version of her. I think you'll just get, like, the hurt, the heal-ish version of her.
Yeah, all the
it won't be the same as the healed version of her.
Okay.
So, yeah, you're setting yourself up for failure if you do that.
Basically.
So.
But check this out, right? So you know how you have like the angel on one shoulder and then the devil on the other shoulder.
You be listening to the devil, huh?
Wait. I didn't say any of that. But I would tell you what the toxic devil on my shoulder was saying. It's like, okay.
That's a challenge, bro. Get through it. That's what the devil's saying.
Or it's just like, okay, keep talking, keep her interested.
She'll get over
and
it.
And then when she gets through the healing journey, you're there. Do you think that's the bad method to go through?
That's bad. Don't do that.
Just leave her alone.
Why? Why as I'm promoting the conversation,
not like
I'm being toxic.
I don't feel like it's gonna work out for you in the end, or anybody who tries to do that, because like Kim said, you're not getting
the better picture.
Like, you're not getting the real version of her.
The
like
half-bloom flower.
Like she'll talk to you, of course, because I mean, I feel like it's kind of rude to leave people like on red and stuff like that. Like, she'll probably talk to you and engage with you, but in the back of her mind, she's probably not thinking, I'm gonna have a relationship with this person.
Probably in the back.
Right.
So I feel like you're setting yourself. Yeah, I feel like you're setting yourself up for when she finally tells you, like when she's fully healed, to say, "Oh, you're just a friend."
Yeah, just get friend zone.
Like,
do you think a lot of guys go through that?
Yeah.
Like the girls doing healing.
I mean, if that's here's the thing, okay.
We've had arguments about this.
Hold on, we had arguments about this. if you're going into that with different options, then it's not really a huge letdown.
But
like if this is the only girl you talking to and you're kind of looking forward to it,
right,
then it's gonna hurt you. But I would say, hey, move cautious. Like, hey, yo, this girl's on a healing journey, but you kind of see, all right, we click on these fundamental things.
Right.
It could go somewhere, but all right, I'm gonna give you your time, but I'm still gonna check up on you, text you, see how you doing as a friend. And if you know, there's certain things like even when you're on your healing journey, you can click with somebody unintentionally, and you know, all right, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
But even with that, hey, make sure you know what I'm saying. If you're talking to her, you ain't got to stop talking to her. You know what I'm saying? You can just mix and move. You know, just do your thing. Just life is life.
Because that's what a little bit of the toxic kind of mindset was. It's like, okay, do you still talk to her while you're talking to another girl?
Absolutely.
Just in case, you know, she comes back from her journey.
Now you looking straight at the camera. He said, absolutely.
Like while she's on her healing journey, you know, you messing with her, and then when she's finished on her healing journey, then you know, you just restart things. Is that a bad play? That's the question.
Here's the thing: life comes with consequences, right? You could be talking to somebody else, and then when that person is ready, you dive deep into this situation, and now you don't know who you want. So it's also make sure you have a level head during the whole time. Make sure you're staying focused on what's the goal and what's the mission. You know what I'm saying? You don't want no hiccups, because hiccups hurt.
What do you got, you guys?
No, I agree with Fred. Yeah, he basically said it. I don't gotta add nothing more. Yeah.
Yeesh. All right, boys, gotta let her go, man. Sorry about that.
You gotta let her go, but you know, still talk to old girl, but let her go. You know what I'm saying? And if old girl, do your thing.
But you gotta be comfortable with not having this person or letting go of this person in a sense. And I think some people, when they're not comfortable letting go, that's when they start to mess up. That's when they start to lead her on, or this, that, and the third, or maybe give her false hope, which makes her have to go on a longer healing journey or hurts her more. Do you think that happens with guys?
Yes.
I think it does happen.
Yeah, because guys have feelings too. We can't just say, you guys don't think about that type of stuff either. Like, I feel like guys go through that too as well,
I agree. I think for women are a lot more emotional beings, so their emotions make a lot more sense quicker. Us, we're not as emotional. So let's say if I'm in that situation, there are certain things I'm not going to do with that person because I know that it could lead to me having those type of feelings unintentionally.
But you can't always plan them.
Yes, I can. Like, I know, for instance, if I'm talking to a girl who's healing, I know that if I take you out on, let's say, more than 3 dates, I'm going to gain feelings. So I'm never going to take you out on more than 3 dates. So I just set that. Not. Don't put a huge emphasis on 3, but I set off that barrier in terms of I know if I go on a date, I'm gonna have these conversations with you. We're gonna dive deep into these conversations. I might gain feelings. We might spend more time together. There's certain boundaries that you make automatically to be.
But that's the thing. Like, when do you have that conversation, and what do you do after that?
You don't have that conversation.
If you already like her, you already finding the dynamic with her. You already clicking with her in a certain, and then she pop out and tell you, okay, she's on the healing journey. What do you do then?
First, you have the conversation with yourself. You gotta look at yourself in the mirror and really know what you're doing, and you don't even let it get to that point with that girl. She's on a healing journey. You gotta, you got your space. You know what I'm saying? If I get to the point where I gotta talk about that, that means I dove way too deep into what it is.
When do you figure out a girl is on a healing journey?
First few conversations.
First?
Yes. I'm telling you, like, when you talk to somebody,
yes.
What are you talking? First of all, when you're on a date with somebody,
she'll probably tell you, listen, I'm not looking for anything serious right now.
Yeah.
That could mean a lot of things to different people.
No. You got it. Yes, it can.
Yes. But that should be an indicator, Those
first few conversations you have on a date are key, because you're talking about everything. You don't know this person at all.
Nah,
you don't know them from Adam.
Adam, you don't know this person's family. You don't even know this person. He's your cousin.
You know what you found. You know exactly what you found.
Let me know. Hey, man.
But he's right. You don't know from Adam. You just meeting the person.
So you spilling out everything, like story, intentions, past. Trust me.
On the first
I'm talking about the first few times. I mean, what are you talking about? The moon?
You're not talking about the moon.
You gotta talk about yourself at some point.
Yeah, dinner. Like, all right, let's get into it. You cute. You think I'm cute? Let's talk about it, and let's dive deep into it. That's when you learn, because a girl will let you know from the jump what it is.
Well, that's a lie. That is a lie. Nah, you can't.
Most women.
You can't. No, I wouldn't even say.
Because you can't get bamboozled. Okay.
The way do you think girls are straightforward with the guys?
Some girls are. Some
yeah.
aren't.
And I feel like if you ask the question
the right way,
she's not gonna because she has to answer the question if you're asking the question.
Or someone just dance around the question.
Yeah, well that's true too. Yeah.
Right.
And but then you'll know in that instance. Okay, you're not for real.
Yeah, she's not for real. She's not.
Not putting things together.
Like you'll know that this person is like, all right, I'm not even gonna spend more time with you because if I'm asking you a simple question, like in terms of like attributes or like what do you want in this relationship? Do you want a relationship and stuff like that? You dodging around the question. Clearly, I'm not for you.
Something out. Unless I don't know.
Plus, we can't be as men. We be oblivious sometimes.
Yeah.
We gotta just take words for what they mean. Don't be oblivious.
Wait, hold on. What's that face? What's that face?
Like,
what's that face?
Even me, I've been guilty of it. Let's talk about it.
We've all
been guilty.
Yes.
Like, girl will say something, I'll be like,
And then it come back later.
Be like, you don't mean that for real.
You know, blah, 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 blah.
I ain't gonna lie to you. Yeah.
And she totally meant that. So, man, we gotta keep a level. Because we be oblivious to ourselves sometimes. Most of the times.
What do you mean by that?
Like, okay. How can I say this without talking about my business?
Don't incriminate yourself, bro.
Okay.
It's about a sonic.
Okay, sometimes, not me at all, but like sometimes as men, we'll really know that we're just we're for everybody right now, where we just kind of talking to different people, we're cruising, and we're entertaining a girl who wants a relationship,
right?
In a sense, and we'll play it off as, I'm actually trying to pursue you, knowing deep well.
Yeah.
And then we could dance around it very oblivious, and kind of just lay it on the cruise control, if that makes sense. Y'all understand what I'm saying? In terms of with the other people that you're talking to, and just
a guy is trying to have a good time, not a long time, but he's not saying that, or he's not even honest with himself.
I don't know.
I don't know. Some people are really good at faking it until they make it. So.
They true. I think again it comes down with like what you guys said, asking them questions, but seeing if they're dancing around it. If they're not, then you know they're not being serious, or they're at least not being truthful about it, and then kind of go from there. And if they're not there,
yeah, that's why I agree with Fred. Like those dates that you go on to like meet this new person, to talk to this person, are so important because you lay the foundation of, okay, are we going to pursue this, or are we going to just be friends, or are we just not going to talk to each other because clearly we have nothing in common.
We're just wasting money at this point.
Yeah, wasting time, money.
Can't be wasting.
Because you can't get time back. You only get older from here. You don't get younger. So.
Yeah, that's true. I gotta ask one thing. Like, if you guys had a little brother, like a little brother, who's getting into dating, what is one piece of advice you would give that person?
Don't trust these dimes.
Don't trust them whatsoever.
Don't trust these dimes. Let me stop. I'm kidding.
Go ahead, Tabi.
Pursue relationships with the right intentions. And be yourself. Don't lie. Because it's not going to benefit you or the person in the long run. So, yeah.
Okay. Kim, what do you think?
Respect one another's decisions. Respect. And try not to dictate to the other one what they should be doing and what they should not be doing.
What do you mean by dictate, though?
Like, don't tell them, oh, you can't go out today, or don't do this, or don't, like, let them do as they feel or please, you know?
And then work based off of that.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, you can tell them that you don't like this or you don't like that, but don't tell them don't do this, don't do that. Just explain to them how you feel.
Okay. Fred. Wait. If you had a little sister. If you had a little sister.
Why can't we say the brother?
Because the girls answer for the guys because they're girls.
Yeah, I say y'all like your little brothers.
Little brothers. And then we have to answer for the little sisters.
In my head, I was little brother. Little sister. I don't even have a little sister. Exactly. Dang.
I don't got a little brother, so I had to think of it.
What advice would I give my sister?
Little sister.
Just be cautious. Be cautious. That's the only thing. Men are crazy. Not all men.
We're not that crazy.
But men are crazy. So just be careful who you're dating. Don't go through it alone. That's what I'm saying. Because there's a lot of women think they can go through things alone. In terms of relationship, like this is my relationship, but like have some people that you talk to that can give you a different perspective.
Right.
Because they see things differently than you do. So have like a male friend, if you're my little sister, talking to me about it. And just move cautious really and talk about it.
I had a homegirl who called me recently asking for some advice from a male point of view. If I didn't give her that advice, then she would have been doing something totally different.
I have a lot of those homegirls where they would come to me about their relationship or talk to me about it, and I'll tell them what he probably thinks. She'd be like, I never thought about it that way. You know what I'm saying? So
do you guys have that kind of thing that happens? Like you talk to your male friend about it and you give you like something you wouldn't.
Because they're male, they don't know everything that a woman thinks or their point of view. So, yeah.
I would say, at the end of the day, there's gonna be people for a good time or a long time. Figure out the first thing is like figure out what they want to do by themselves, and then figure out what they want to do with you. Because some guys are like, some guys in talking to girls, they'll want a good time, not a long time, or they'll want a long time, but with you, they don't want either. Or they may want a good time in general, but with you, they want a long time. But they gotta figure out that for themselves. Because it's different between like choosing to be in a relationship for the other person and then choosing for yourself. Because now you blame me. Like, oh, we going through these relationship problems. I only did it because you wanted to be in a relationship. You get guys making those kind of excuses. So if I had to tell a girl, make sure he's making these decisions for himself, regardless of the girl is in the picture or not. What do you guys think?
Don't fall into peer pressure, basically.
Yeah.
Yep.
Tell you.
Peer pressure in a relationship is serious. Because you don't want to lose this person. They look so good. You're having a good time. Let's just figure it out. Just have a good time.
Don't follow the crowd. Like, go based on your values, your instincts, what you know you want for yourself. Don't just say, oh yeah, babe, I'm gonna definitely do this with you, even though in your heart of hearts you don't want to do that. Like, you're not comfortable doing that. And the same for guys. Like, don't say, oh yeah, babe, I'm definitely gonna do this. Like, no. Like, obviously you're not. If you were by yourself, you wouldn't want to do that. So don't tell your girlfriend, oh yeah, I'm gonna follow along with it. Like, you gotta, stand your ground also with that. So
don't get lost in the sauce.
Lost in the sauce.
Yeah, you might be so caught up in like the honeymoon phase, like you're losing like parts of yourself that you don't even realize.
Stay true to yourself.
Exactly. Man, this has been a successful episode. Good too, man.
No arguments. That's crazy.
Maybe next time. But guys, tell them where they can find you. If you're on social media at all or whatsoever. You don't have to if you don't want to.
Out and about.
Yeah, man.
If you catch her, you catch her.
Instagram. Yeah. I only got a Twitter.
I don't got Instagram or nothing. So we all in the same boat. Go ahead, social media boy. Go ahead.
Hey, this is for business purposes. But you guys know where to follow me. Echo of that _ absolutely everywhere. Leave a comment. Tell me what you think. Tell me what you don't think. Do you disagree with us? Do you disagree with the girls? Do you agree with the girls? Anything whatsoever. This is the 2-man podcast series with the Echo of that channel. But I'll see you guys next time.
Like, comment, subscribe.
Peace out.
I'm loving it.
Repost, whatever they say, that stuff.
Do the things.
Yeah.
Everything. Absolutely everything. Smash that like button and everything. Subscribe. Turn on that notification bell. We done here.